Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another GT Sport video. So first things first, new balance of performance update. That means those pesky FF cars are finally nerfed. They've made a few changes to the Group 3 cars, nothing major, but it is good to see the Vipers kind of drop down a peg. I do feel it was a little bit overpowered, but I want to visit a car that used to be really overpowered early on in the game, and that's the Mercedes AMG, the 16 plate. Absolutely love this car. It's so solid and reliable. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go through Daily Race C with a track guide with this car. So first corner then, braking just after the 100-meter board. Two wheels over the white lines on the left-hand side. You can touch the curb if you like. Nice, smooth flowing exit just to make sure you straighten that car up. Get yourself ready for the next corner, which I believe is turn 2, I think. Yeah, it is classed as turn 2. I didn't know if there was a stupid little extra corner. Braking as the concrete or the track disappears on the left hand side. Nice and tight on the right hand again. Get as close to your curbs as you possibly can. Don't ride them though, otherwise the car will be very unbalanced. Slowing it down here as close as you can to the wall left hand side. As soon as the car straightens up, you need to brake hard and get yourself down into second gear. Again, two wheels on the white lines on the left hand side. Not much more than that though, because if you get too close, you can either hit the wall or it slightly raises, so you will have a little bit of contact with the wall if you're not careful. Anyways, these two corners here, and this section here, absolutely awesome, but you're on the limit all the time. Okay, so I decided to stay in fifth gear here. Try to avoid touching the brakes. You don't need to. If you let go of the throttle, you'll be absolutely fine. Trust me, just give it a go. Anyways, this point here, braking as you go under the shadow into third gear. Just keep it as straight as you possibly can. As soon as you put too much steering angle, it will cause an issue. Tight as you can to the wall on the left hand side so that you don't really have to change, again, direction as fast as you can. Keep the car nice and stable. Brake on the right hand side just as the wall turns to blue on the right, and then power out. Nice smooth flowing exit. Get that car nice and straight once more. Get as much speed as you can going down the straight. With a fast forward here, go through this little right hand kink. Braking just after the 150-meter board. Again, clipping the curb on the left-hand side. Two wheels over the white line once more. It's a theme of this circuit. There's a theme on GT Sport, to be fair. Two wheels on the curb just seems to work quite pleasantly. Anyways, braking after the 100-meter board. Again, nice and tight to left-hand side. Two wheels on the curb, and two wheels on the curb again. You know that's the drill. And we cross the line here. Now, this wasn't exactly a perfect lap, but if you follow this guide, it should be absolutely fine. And I think for an AMG, I think that's quite a good lap time. So I'm quite pleased with that. So entering this lobby then, I am on my main account. Quite a few big names in here, to be fair. Quite a few fast drivers. We know Mario Sonic's fast. Monaco driver as well. And we've got an AKM Mario driver in front of us. You've got Vitality, I think, Urov, and then Ollie Racing behind him as well. So this is going to be far from easy, shall we say. But that's what you're going to expect. This is quite early on this week. I think it was on a Tuesday I recorded this. So I always find earlier on in the week, it's taken like a reverse. Like later on, it used to be early on in the week, right? It used to be really, really difficult. And then, early in the week, it used to be really easy. And then later on in the week, it used to be really difficult. But it seems to have done like a role reversal now. So it seems that early on in the week, it's actually harder, which is really strange, and then later on in the week it gets easier. Now, I don't quite know why that is, but it has changed in the last 6 months. You used to go on a Monday, and it used to be easy, but now it's like everyone's just competing for those top times on the leaderboards, and it just seems a lot harder. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you agree with me on that one. I find later on in the week it's much easier, and it's changed. It didn't used to be like that, but yeah, that's just my thoughts. Anyways, so as we start this race, we get through turn 2. We're going to start on the softs for this one. So as we introduce the race, a few things you need to know about Daily Race C this week. You can use softs and you can use mediums, no hard tyres. Hallelujah, I'm telling you, ever since I did that video 2 weeks ago where I said don't use hard tyres, Gran Turismo, get rid of them, they're not worth it, we've not had to use hard tyres since, which is pretty cool. It's probably just pure luck. There's no chance they've watched that before. Do you know that Base Golly guy? He's got some good ideas. I very, very much doubt that. But this race here, I actually really like it, Bathurst. Or Bathurst, you should say. So don't say Bathurst, it's wrong. You've got to remember it's Bathurst. There's no R in it, okay? Anyways, braking before the shadow. I hit the wall there. That was a little bit silly of me. Getting straight behind Mario Sonic here. I'm surprised the guy in second, by the way, has chosen this GTR. I mean, ever since I had a BOP update a couple of months ago, it's pretty awful now. The rear end is far from happy most of the time, and it's lost its massive advantage of the top end. So I don't really know what people see in it too much anymore. It's not a fan favourite of mine. Again, Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. But for me, I just think it's not worth it anymore, to be honest with you. So as we go down this straight, this long straight here, the mountain straight, little kink on the right-hand side. Mario just touches the grass ever so slightly there. He gets away with it, though, as he gets a 1 second penalty, though. As I think he made a slight contact with the man from Portugal there. So he's going to have to serve that 1 second penalty. I'm sure he'd be angry with that. I would be the same. Wouldn't be too pleased as the guy from Portugal goes wide there. So Mario's going to take every opportunity here to overtake the Portugueseman on the right hand side. Now I'm going to try and follow him, but as I go for the overtake, he just moves on my racing line right in the braking zone, which is not something you should do, unfortunately. So I disagree with that there, and I do give him a little bit of a nudge, but I do feel like, again, I don't think that's my fault. Again, guys, if you think different, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I think he just moved in the braking zone as I went for the move, and I just had nowhere to go. And to be honest with you, I think I would have got the move done anyways. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. We're still in the race. That's the main thing. So we move on, move swiftly up. So this this section here, I want to briefly talk about it because I absolutely love it. It's amazing. There's no other circuit in the world, is there, that's quite like this. That's so it's just so up and down. It's just brilliant. I just absolutely love this sector. So fast and flowing as well, for it to be so thin and so dangerous. You're just on the limits every time, and I think you have to have such massive plums to really, you know, get the most out of this middle sector. And if you are one of those guys, right, that's in the top 10 leaderboards, if you watch their replays when they go through the middle section here, it's unbelievable. Like, you just got to bow down and just applaud the fact that they can go through there so quick. Really, really impressive. I'd love to be able to go as quick as they do through there. But now we've actually gone through there and we have a little sit rep. We've actually broke the slipstream of the Portugueseman behind us, Mario327, which is absolutely awesome. And then I just kept pushing on, but unfortunately I make a stupid mistake here. I go wide, massive crash. I think on any other game that would have been me game over. Probably front right wheel would have just absolutely fallen off, suspension damage, you name it. But thankfully, I say thankfully, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. The damage model, there basically isn't one in the daily races, so we can just crack on. Personally, I think this game could have a damage model, not so you can physically see it, but so you can feel it. I know you get it in the FIA races and stuff, but a new damage model would be nice, I think, just to, because I should be punished for that. I should be. If I've hit the wall that hard, really, I've lost a couple of seconds, but I can still continue. Whereas for me, I feel as if, you know, you should feel as if you're on the edge of your seat, and if you make a mistake, it's game over. And you don't really feel that when you go through the middle section in this game. It's the only thing I'm going to say about that. I absolutely love it on this game. It's this Russian guy, I think it's Russian, just goes flying past me, outbrakes himself, he's going to go on the grass, and I'm going to make the move back here, just go around the outside. And we're going to go into the pits here. We're going to make a late decision, but you can probably tell by the thumbnail exactly what happens here, and I get yeeted into the pit stop, and as I try to get into the pits, the game resets me. Absolute nightmare. That's the worst possible thing I think that can happen on this game. For this race, obviously. Not on the game, but for this race. Anyway, so we're going to watch this guy. He does make a move around the outside, which is nice, but he outbraked himself, so he couldn't quite get it done. Now, it's clear to me as you watch on this replay, there's no way in hell he meant it. He didn't mean it at all. He just braked way too late. I'm sure there's loads of you who've watched this who've done exactly the same mistake. Now, he tries to do the right thing here, and he does try to let me go. He does stop. But unfortunately, it was just a little bit too little, too late kind of thing. So, yes, unfortunately for him, he gets that 1 second penalty. And yeah, well deserved, I kind of guess. But, you know, it was just a simple mistake. But he does it's fair play to him here. He lets me go. So we're going to finish that race here. Because of that incident, I had to go around again, completely mess the race up. So I think a potential P2 there, just thrown away, unfortunately. And P7 is the best I could get. So I thought, you know what? Let's have a little bit of a laugh now. So let's go jump on the second account. We're going to start at the back, and we're going to see what we can do. So the great thing about this race is that you can mix up the strategies, okay? So you have to use the soft, and you have to use the medium. But a pit stop here only costs you 3.5 seconds. Now, 3.5 seconds is minimal, really, when each lap is 2 minutes, and tyre wear is average to high. So after a lap, also, you're kind of bringing that back already, and after 2-3 laps, you've made up that difference. So A lot of people saying that it's actually worth doing the 2 stops. So you do start in the mediums, like I am now, and then do pit on lap, I think pit on lap 4, or pit on lap 1, sorry, and then pit on lap 5 again, just soft straight away. But now, for some reason, this German let me through. I'm not quite sure why, but thank you, I guess. That's it's pretty cool. But you don't have to do that, mate. You can let me race on. We'll have a race. Now, the Italian here, unfortunately, just went a little bit wide there. I say a little bit wide. He's actually clattered the wall. But again, he's still continuing in the Mercedes AMG. So he's my partner in crime in this race because he's in the Mercedes AMG as well. He's gone for the Mercedes black and silver livery, which, if I remember, didn't they do that last year, Mercedes, and it didn't work out too well for them in a race? I don't know. That wasn't the German Grand Prix, was it? And they absolutely messed it up. No, they went white, didn't they? They went silver and white, I believe. Anyways, he was a tad slow here, so I really had to get on the brakes several times. My colleague, my brother in this race, he's not doing too well here. He's feeling the pressure, and he's not letting me through. He was not letting me through. Can't really blame him. It's through the middle section of this circuit. Incredibly difficult to overtake anyways. So we're going to latch onto the back of our friend here. And we're going to see if we can use the slipstream. And we'll go side by side as we go through, is it the Forest Elbow, I think? Yeah, Forest Elbow is the exit that corner. Now you can see this guy from Denmark there taking a penalty. So the Italian, my friend here, had to go wide and onto the grass. And that just gave me the slightest opportunity to go past him. And we just managed to hold on, braking extremely late there, far later than I actually needed to because I was just trying to defend that position. But like I said earlier on in the race, we're going to go into the pits now, and thankfully no one is going to yeet us into those lovely looking white tyres there. We're going to put the softs on. No fuel to worry about in this one, which is absolutely awesome. And you can just, not even a splash and dash, it's literally just a dash of tyres. And you can get out. The boys do a fantastic job there. No mixing up of the tyres for the AMG Mercedes lads there. Not a George Russell and Valtteri Bottas special in this game. Just sticking to it, putting the right tyres on. And this Italian here, my friend, my brother, once more crashes into the wall. I'll leave you to Google Translate exactly what he said after that incident. I don't blame him. But yeah, I'll leave you guys to Google Translate that if you want to. Anyways, let's go through this middle sector once more because I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Fresh, soft tyres on as well. Just absolutely so fast, so smooth and flowing as well. Just absolutely love it. Again, as close to that left-hand side as you can. I swear early on in the game you used to get a penalty as well. Now that German, funnily enough, lets me go again. Now, I don't know why, but yeah, cheers. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, mate. Anyways, as we get past him and we go through the Forest Elbow once more, you can see our friend here, SRJ Nixon, in the Aston Martin. Now, you can tell the Aston Martin's had a slight BOP power change because I'm managing to catch these. Now, I know I've got the slipstream, but I managed to catch these easier than I used to. And I'm just in a sandwich. I've got nowhere to go. Now, I'm going to slow this down here because I don't know what it is. It might have been like a netcode issue or lag, whatever. But it gets clipped there by the guy in P15, MHM66. So he gets clipped there. And this guy's got his hazards on all the time. And it is a tad annoying. So I'm going to do my absolute best here to get past him as quick as I possibly can. So again, this is my point. So you go side by side here. Normally Aston Martin, as soon as you're out of the slipstream, would you know, manage to pull away. But I'm side by side of him quite easily, and got no real issues. And we can manage to slip past him on, I think, what turn is that? That's, again, I think it's turn 2, isn't it? I always feel like there's an extra corner. But yeah, there isn't. Anyway, turn 3 and turn 4 once more. As we get into it, really, we get stuck in behind the, I think it's the Russian, El Camino Wap. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. Absolutely none. Now, he's in the Volkswagen Vittel, which I actually really like. I've always really liked that car. Again, I'll have to try it out to see what it's like compared to the rest of the cars now. Now that BOP update's done, it's quite exciting because you can try other cars now, and you can see just how close they are. Now, he is really struggling in that Beetle. You can see rear end is all over the place. Needs to control that because it is just costing him a lot of time and time. He is really sticking the arse of that thing out every corner he goes through. He's giving it the beans. Fair play to you, lad. Anyways, let's see if we can go side by side and potentially overtake the Beetle. Now, I'll go to the right hand side. Probably not the best place to be. And he's getting the slipstream of the cars up ahead, just before I did, because the German pulled out slightly late. And he's got that slipstream, but look at the speed of the Beetle. Absolutely awesome. Look at that 150 metre board. We're at the left-hand side, and we're going a lot quicker with the slipstream, so we have to brake earlier. We can't brake just after 150. We have to brake on it, or slightly before. I did mine slightly before. Again, side by side here, going through the last corner. I believe I was purple, but yeah, unfortunately we caught up with these guys, and that was the end of the fastest lap. But we'll push on regardless, and we'll try and get the fastest lap at some point. We weren't a million miles off. We were half a tenth off the fast lap. Now go for a move up the inside, perfectly justifiable, I think. The gap was there, and I went for it. However, our friend here, he was not too pleased with that move, as he's going to demonstrate here. Absolutely shoots out the inside, does not care, gets himself a 2-second penalty for his troubles, for his woes. There's a yellow flag up ahead, and yeah, I make slight contact with the guy from Denmark there as well, actually. Again, look, he's struggling like crazy. Again, yeets that guy on the left-hand side, yeets me again. He's really just struggling with that car, I think. He's, I don't know. I'm trying to run out of excuses. You know, I'm running out of excuses for this guy. I want to say it's just because he can't control the car, but after the dive bomb, I don't know. He absolutely yeets this guy again, but gets his comeuppance as he just goes nowhere. So he's got a 2-second penalty, and he's fallen behind. So he's in P15. He'll have a 2-second penalty. It's not looking good for our boy. It's not looking good for our boy in the Volkswagen Beetle. Anyways, Forest Elbow once more. Absolutely awesome corner. Sets you up for the long straight. Make sure you don't hit the wall on the right hand side, by the way, because that's an absolute killer. You feel it for an absolute long time. There's some fighting up here, and I have to take some dramatic action here. Look at that. How I didn't make contact with anyone, by the way, is a goddamn miracle. Don't ask me how I did it. I have no idea. I just slammed on the brakes. I just wasn't expecting it. I don't think that guy expected me to come up so quickly, but he absolutely smashes into the back of that guy from Denmark. But so we get a position there, and then someone went off, so we gained another position. So up to P11 now. The guy from Denmark has gone in the pits, so that puts me up to P10, I believe. And then a Frenchman in front of us here in the Aston Martin, all over the place, hits the grass. You can see he's really, really slow as he crosses the line here. We're going to brake just after 100 metre board, as you always should. Nice and tight on the left-hand side, and we should get the slipstream. But again, look at the rear end of that Aston Martin, even with the massive wang for the downforce. It's not quite enough. And he decides to back out of it and lets me go. And then you got someone in P8 now with a penalty as well. So I'm going to move up to P8 here as I go purple in the first sector. And then as we move on, I'm going to go up to P7 because the Brit here has to serve a penalty, which is slightly frustrating for him, I can imagine. And so that puts me up to P7. And then on to P8 now as we go behind this guy from Ireland, M50 Racing, lovely wang there. Go to the right hand side by side. This is exactly what I mean. The straight line of that GTR is completely, well, as soon as it hits 6th gear, it's kind of bogged down. It's strange. It's a really weird update that happened to it a few months ago. It's just kind of almost useless. The only strength it had has been taken from it, which is frustrating. So we got up to P6 then, took that position, and then we're on lap 9 of 9 here. So we've got one more opportunity to get a top 5 positions from starting the back. We've got the fastest lap at 2:01.9. Not the fastest, but we can certainly go quicker if we need to. So we get the slipstream here. Go to right hand side. Now this is going to be really, really difficult because we get this moved. Oh, okay. Oh, fair play. Now I thought we'd be fighting side by side into the last corner, but there's a lot of people that have been letting me through in this race. So yeah, it's kind of nice. But again, you don't have to. I prefer the race. So if you do see my name in the lobby, please just have a race. Don't worry about it. I think in this instance, though, he just thought, you know what, we're going to go side by side. I'd rather just take the P6 and not risk it. So fair enough. Fair play to the man. And we're going to cross the line here. P5, we set a 2:01 flat. So that's pretty cool. Just a second slower than my qualifying time in this thing. So I'll take it. I'll take it. So, yeah. And that's the end of the video. Really hope you guys enjoyed that. Fingers crossed you'll have an awesome week this week at Bathurst. Absolutely awesome track. Nice that they mix up the strategy. And fingers crossed you guys will have no DR or SR resets and have a cracking week. But anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll catch you for the next video. Take care. Ta-da.